Hey everyone, I just wanted to make a quick video to talk about how you can use Rain and utilize their really low USDC pools at the moment and get some return on some of your tokens. So if we look at some of the pools and go to some of the USDC pools, if we sort by APY, you can see there's a lot of 0% pools. This one is a 1 day with 15,000. You have some smaller ones of like 500s, and then you go down to some low APYs, and you still get some available amounts up to a couple 500, 1,000. What you can do is take some of these low interest USDCs and borrow your tokens against them. So if, for example, we had, most of my money is currently locked up in pools, but say we had a bunch of Sol, so we just had this amount of Sol, we can turn to lowest APR and we can borrow $88 worth against our Sol, and we're paying no interest and very little fees, pretty much zero fees to borrow this $88, and our Sol's going to be fine, just locked up for 7 days, unless we want to pay it back. And we can use this $88 and we can either pour it into Lulo. Lulo is an app that you can deposit your USDC and it will move around the USDC to Camino, to Drift, to Solend, to Mango, and one other I believe, and it will give you the best rate of return. And so it may be 9%, it might be 20%, but it's 20% of some USDC that you're paying 0 for, or maybe like 3%, 7%. You could also just lend it out on Camino. You're going to only get 10%, 8%, and or this one is NX Finance. It looks like a site where you can leverage your JLP, and so they want liquidity at the moment, so you can lend out for almost 14%, which is pretty good. You don't have to use Solo, you could use a variety. They have so many tokens. Maybe you guys have some WIF, some Samo, you got some Dupe. They have so many tokens, and the beauty of Rain is that you're not going to get liquidated if it does drop below a certain amount. So you can always get it back. So you might decide, alright, you want to utilize some of your JLP, because JLP is just going up on its own, and you're not getting a return on JLP in, say, Camino. So you might decide, I want to loan out, 100 JLP and borrow at 0 APR. Now there are different APRs and different borrow amounts. You might decide that you can borrow 64 for 5 days, and then you only have to adjust it every 5 days and redo the loan. You might decide, oh, I want way more, I want 266, but I've got to do it every 2 days. Or you might decide, alright, I can get 100 for 7 days, but I do have to pay 1% APR. But 1% APR, when you're going to be getting a higher return than the 64 when you deposit for a 10%, is pretty good. I haven't seen too many like 30-day 30-day 0% APRs, but there's this one, for example, 15% at 35, and you can get droplets from borrowing the for lending out your JLP or any other token. So you can farm this protocol, and then you can deposit into, say, Lulo or Camino or NX and farm their airdrop. So you can get 2 airdrops and a positive APR all in one. Uh, if you want more rain strategies or uh, strategies amongst NX, Camino, Lulo, drop a note, drop a comment in the comments below. Leave a like, and I will see you next time.